Hello, sunshines. It is a glorious day. Finally, we don't have so much rain, but I've just been working and we did get a lot done. And as you all can see, a change has been made. I no longer have my trellis here for good reasons, and so I have to plant up those climbing roses. I'm going to be planting them up in a pot for now, but I'm figuring out where I'm going to put them. But in order for us to, feed the chickens and make things kind of sufficient around here when we're like feeding the chickens, moving stuff around, moving hay, doing all the things, it was just easier to take down the trellis so that this bluey can get through the gate. And we want to make things more easier, not harder on ourselves. And so, running our small homestead, it does require us to carry things, and it's a long ways from where we have to carry things, and so it was just easier to do that. We also moved the goats in here for now because we do want to do some work back here, and we just want to put everyone together to just once again make it a little easier. I did once again move those climbing roses, and my other two roses, I'm glad I did leave them there, but I did pull one forward, and so I'm going to water that in, and then I'm going to try to get some planting done. But that's what I got going on thus far. We also removed the awning that was here. I'm so excited because more sun can go in. The reason I had the awning there, because when I first put the shed here and started building my garden space, I actually used to do everything over here, but I never sit here or anything. So I'm going to find out what to do with the seating area, and I'm just going to create a whole different type of look and space over here. So I'm excited to have that awning down as well. All right, let's see if we can get some plants in the ground. That's what I want to do next. Before we get these plants in the ground, which is the primrose that I've been hanging on to, I'm going to go ahead and I want to plant up these roses that I had to take out the ground. It's okay. It really is. I'm not going to give them any fertilizer or anything because I've already given them fertilizer. I don't know if it's just, I'm not going to do it because I know I'm going to plant them out again and then I'll be refertilizing. So we're just going to, and there's a lot of noise because there's work being done. I'm just using outdoor potting mix, and I've been having them soak inside this planter that has water in it. They've just been soaking there, and so hopefully this is wide enough. That root looked like it was gonna break. Okay, just want to make sure we get all those roots, all the roots covered. I'll probably have to get some more soil. There we go. So that will be its home for a little while until I really figure out where I'm going to put this arch trellis. So what I'm going to do is just, sit this right back in the water so it can soak up some water. And grab some more soil and get the other one planted up the same way. I went and shouldn't just grab the outdoor potting mix. It's 64 today. I'm in a t-shirt, guys. I forgot to make mention of that. Like, it's gonna be wonderful. We've had rain, tons and tons of rain, but it's going to be 64 today, and then we're gonna have a good week in the high 50s and some more 60s. But it may be cloudy, but that's okay. So this is like our first day being able to really be out here. And as for those tomatoes that They're doing fine. I up potted them that night that they went into their little shock or whatever. I ended up giving them water and just letting them marinate in the water, and that pretty much allowed them to bounce back. And then I think it was the next day or so I up potted all of the tomatoes, and so they're actually looking great. So this is a little wonky. That should be good. Ouch. I think we're good. I think they will survive. Okay. I'm gonna let this one keep soaking up until I feel, oh wow, just splashed myself, until I feel it has enough water, and then I'll switch it out and let that one soak up. Let's go get these primrose in the ground. Let's go get them in the ground. And so yes, the hillside garden is getting these primrose. I always be like, do I show this garden hillside favoritism? But it's just where I get the most sun, and there's a lot of empty spaces still, although I'm always over here planting. Um, the other place that I have a lot of empty spaces is a part sun, part shade garden, and I'm just trying to work my way through that and how to make that work, like what plants work over there. The interesting thing is I have primrose up there, and it's not these big ones. I don't know what kind they are, but they called for part sun, part shade, and these ones call for full sun. But right here I have a huge empty patch. And so up here I have some boom chocolata. What is these? Boom chocolata geraniums. And I had 3 here, and so far only one came back. But even if they do come back, which I don't think those 2 are going to come back, I think we're going to have to replace them or put something else there. There's still like the eclipse hydrangea here, a pile of rocks here, and then a big space right here. And so the only thing, I have to pick up these rocks, of course. And so the hydrangea will get bigger, but then up here we have sedum, and then down here is a hyacinth, and then there's this big space. And so I figured the primrose would look really good in a grouping right here in this area. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to group them in one grouping and then go from there. Let's get them in the ground. I thought about putting them on the other side. I thought about kind of putting them in between, like one in between the what do I have there? Junipers, those junipers. But I was like, no, I want like a group of them, and I hope they do well here. I want them in the grouping. I want impact. Try not to step on another flower. Of course, I deal with rocks in this area too. Let me see. I think I'm just gonna put them in one big hole. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use this one big hole. I think I need to put, I brought gloves, a glove. Another rock. Big old worm. That's a good thing. This isn't a good thing. Another big rock. We'll just stick them in your own hole. In one hole, like that. Just gonna give them some plant tone. They look cute to me. Just cutting off some of the spent blooms, just to clean it up a little bit. And hopefully that encourages it to grow more. I do actually see more that are going to come up. So that should be nice that I'll get to see them outside now, because they were just hanging out in the shed waiting for their day. Today's your day. And I'll get them watered in. And that's that. So our primrose are in the ground. I don't know how long their blooms last. That's the thing about getting Lowe's brand flowers. It doesn't give you a lot of information, but I know they bloom in the spring. I feel like they die back and come back in the fall, but I'm not sure. So if you look at what I was stating earlier, like this whole patch is empty. So it says to give them space in, but I never follow that. And so from the primrose all the way over to the eclipse hydrangea, you still see, or to the horseshoe, you still see like there's a lot of empty space there. So we're going to be filling in some things over time. So what's next? I have over here on this same hillside garden, I don't know if you all remember, but I pulled out all of the hostas except for one. I'm going to pull that hosta out because the hosta were burning over here. That one I left in, and I've been waiting for it to come up so that I can take it out of the ground. And so I'm going to take that out of the ground and I'm going to pot it up because the area that I'm going to put it in is not ready yet. Okay, guys, I thought about it. I'm back. The hosta is right here in this little space. And you know what? I'm not going to move it until I know where it's going. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let it leaf out. And then when the space is ready, I know where it's going, but the space isn't ready. So until it's ready, I'm going to just leave it be. I'm going to just leave it be. I'm not going to pot it up and use soil. I need my pot and soil. Okay, I got to water in them primrose. There is one thing I want to do is take care of that Japanese maple. I think that's the last thing I'm going to do is take care of that Japanese maple that I've been talking about in several videos. And then we'll take a walk over to the chicken coop and I'll let you all see what we've done in that space. I found another pot that had water in it for the other rows. So that one, I put the other rows over there. And so this Japanese maple I dug up from somewhere, another property. So I don't know what kind it is. I don't know how big it's going to get. It's kind of been this size. I guess it's gotten a little taller since I've had it. I also have had it staked up the entire time. I think I need to keep it staked up, but I'm going to restake it. It is alive. I can see buds on it that are popping through. And so I want to get it out of this container right here and get it put in this container. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have somebody come move it to its place, because I just thought of, my wagon's full. Like, everything is just everywhere. Okay, so we're going to just go down here because I don't want to be lifting up there. So I grabbed this potting mix from Lowe's. They have the Start Green brand now. And I like this potting mix. I've been using it to up some of my plants, and I actually like it. So I can't lift it right now, but I'm just gonna get the soil in here. Sometimes my hands are just easier. Most times my hands are just easier. Okay, let's see where we are now. And sometimes I don't fill my pots with straight soil. I will put leaves and all the things at the bottom of it first to kind of build it up. But oh boy, this is, I'm just gonna use all soil today. Get this out without breaking it up. Whew, I don't know if that was the best way, but we got it out of there. It's real wet. Oh my gosh, you know what, guys? That's one thing you have to remember when you buy pots. This pot doesn't have any holes at the bottom. I'm so glad that I am changing this. Oh my gosh, that soil is sopping wet. There's no holes at the bottom of this pot. I didn't remember to do that. So this doesn't need water at all. We had tons and tons of rain. But it's been out here all winter as well. But is that what we wanted? Want to restake it? Pull it over just a tad. Wow. I'm surprised it survived. Unless, I don't know that much about Japanese maples. Maybe they like water. But, there's no drainage holes at the bottom of that. Wow. Okay, well, make sure we take care of that. I did check this one, so I know that there's drainage holes at the bottom of this. Okay, that should be good. We want to take that stake out and tie it with something else. I have this yarn that I use. This is what I typically use to tie up my tomatoes. I use yarn. So This is a plastic strip that I put up here. See if I can get that off. It's really on there. It's really, really on there. I wonder if I still need these strips. Like, show my mic's on. Like, can I? Does it need it still? Okay, there we go. I'm not going to attach the stake back. I don't know. I'm gonna leave the stake in here, but I'm not going to attach it back and see what happens. And what happened also is this leader in the middle broke off, and so this is dead. That little part right there is dead. Oh, well, I'll just leave it. It really seems strong though. Like, it doesn't need the stake. But just in case, I'm going to leave the stake in here, and if I need to reattach it, I will. I'm just going to kind of like leave it to the side of it and in the pot in case. I can see some new growth. Okay, I'm going to attempt to lift this pot and put it where I want it and show you guys. That's what I'm going to do. Now, if I come back and I be like, oh, I can't show y'all where I put it, I'll show you all later. That means I couldn't lift the pot. But I think your girl can lift the pot. Let's see. Yeah, your girl can lift the pot. This is where I decided to put it for now. It was already over here before, but I had it kind of over here in this area. But I have it by the tree. By the bench. And my idea is to underplant it with some annuals. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. This part right here won't be here. We'll probably get to that this week. Maybe. We'll see. But right now, that's where I have that pot. I like it there. I like it. And I like it in that particular pot. So let me tell you a little bit about the chicken coop. And look what we have going on over here. This is what the goats do. Climb on the chicken run. We have one over there eating, 3 over here. So with the chicken run, as you all know, we had one of these black gates. He used to be attached here. We already had one attached to this purple coop, but we ended up putting 2 over there. I can walk over there. I tried my best not to show other people's property. But anyways, so we end up attaching these 2. This is where I'm going to be getting more chickens, and I want more silkies. My other silkies died. They were first, so I'm gonna attempt to get more silkies. And so this is why we're doing what we're doing, because we just had another hawk attack. And I think I told you all before, like once we cut those trees back there, the hawk kind of has a clear entryway, and the chickens roam this hole. And as much as I love it, and they probably will still be able to come out sometimes. Look what the goats already did. Tore up one of these trees. I don't care. But I think they did that, or somebody else might have did that. I never know who to blame. So anyways, so we just had a hawk attack. We just lost one of our girls. So what we decided to do was go ahead and put these runs up. They come in. This is 2 of them put together. If anyone's interested, just let me know and I'll put the link below. Let me see. Can I back up some more? So I put my signs up here. But these are two. We decided to put two, and we're thinking about adding a third one as well. That's why there's two. That's why there's two extra panels right there, because the way we kind of configured it, if you do it according to, I think I have a picture still up here. If you do it according to how it's supposed to be done, this is what it would look like. That's what it would look like. It would look like that. So we just made two because we have a lot of girls. So my husband and sons put this together, and then we decided to just go ahead and put the goats back in here. They used to be in here before, but that's when our chickens were roaming. And although they didn't bother the chickens, what they did do is bother the chicken food. And if you know anything about goats, chicken food can make them sick. So we lost one of our girls. The hawk came, and I just don't want to continuously worry about them getting attacked by the hawks. So this is what we came up with. I think it's a good game plan. I would love for them to free range this whole run. That's the purpose of us doing it. But with the hawks keep coming back. And so, yeah. Anyways, but we will probably let them out and let them hang out when we are out here. You know, when we spend days out here, we'll let them out, and then we'll put them back inside and lock them up so they can still have that free range in time, so that they can get all the Midnight, can you stop? Thank you. He's like trying to chew my shirt, so that they can come out here and like dig in the worms and dig and grab worms and all the other things they like to do. I put like wood shavings on one side, and then what you see here is some leaves that I collected when I was cleaning. Actually, when I was cleaning the other day, I put the leaves in a barrel, and I'm glad I saved them, and I dumped them in here. And when I dumped them, there was worms. I can see they found worms already. I was happy for them. So this whole space, like I said, was for them to roam. But unfortunately, in order to kind of like spare their lives, we had to put them in this. But I think it looks really nice. We debated about this big old space, whether we were going to put the goats here or if I was going to make another big garden area. This would be a huge garden space for me. So plans always change. So we'll see. But we have a lot of work to do back here. But Rome wasn't built in a day. And yeah, we will get to it. But the girls, I feel much safer with them like this. And with the goats being in here, you know, that should deter the hawk. That was the whole purpose when we got the goats, to help clear the land and to help to deter hawks. Did I say deter goats? I don't know what I said, but to something big in here to deter the hawks. But anyways, sound off. That's it. That's it about the chickens. And with that being said, I'm just going to sign off from here. I'm going to let RJ sign us off with his little crowing. But thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all being here. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. I promise you, I will talk back. If you've already done those things, thank you. If you haven't, please consider it. Until next time, blessings. Bye.